And we're back to Mamimis. So we'll just continue. Now that we are on the second season, things are going to change. And since we have already a few SP, now I might as well now start to explain how to unlock skills and what to prioritize and such. So here are all the skills available to you. Um, so you might notice that some skills are still unlocked. Those, for example, will be unlocked if you manage to limit break your support card. For example, this Chiyuki and this Amana have their skill unlocked because there were event cards that I managed to to full limit break. Same goes for Mamimi. She already has those skills unlocked because she's already full limit break. But we're going to ignore it for the most part, just to simulate the. Yeah, we're just going to simulate as if she were like not limit break. So the first thing you want to unlock usually is this, the personal skill of your main idol. So we're just going to get it. And now here are the appeals you currently have. So since Mamimi only focus on visual, you can go ahead and replace it with one with either vocal or dance. So I'm going to just replace like vocal, and now she has her personal skills. Since I want her to have more than just one good skill, I'm slowly going to unlock other skill. So I probably want Shinyuki skill here. If you don't have a fully limit broken SSR, it's totally fine. Fully limit broken SR also have useful skills like this card here. Like don't sleep on those support cards. SR cards also have very useful skills to unlock. So yeah, for the most part, now we're just going to unlock the skills we want without going too like out of our way to unlock other skills. So usually what you want to prioritize is getting one of those appeal that are 2.5 strong. So I'm just going to get few keys because it doesn't matter who you unlock it for, because once you get it and just going to replace dance, it's also unlocked for the other cards because you can't have 2 times the same appeal. So yeah, and we're going to continue doing our thing. So since we are on the third season, now we're going to start increasing our main idol stats. This week, since she's a visual idol, we'll only focus on this room, the visual room. But we won't go too high because Mamimi can only reach 500 visual points unless we unlock certain skills that will extend that limit, but for the most part, it is enough to have 500. So we won't want to increase too much visual because she will also increase her visual stats from other sources like the terms of your support idols, and when winning auditions, she will also increase her stats. So usually I stop increasing my main idol stats around like 350 or 400. More than that, I will usually waste some like stats point, which is not the end of the world, but you know. So we're just going to do that. Yay. And more terms. So once you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. It's not too stressful. And we're doing this. And we're getting another promise that we will fulfill. One thing I noticed about those promises is I think I might be completely off here, but I feel like some idols are more likely to make you promise certain things. Like Mamimi, for example, I find often asked to rest, whereas other idols, for example, Shiyuki, asked very rarely to rest and oftentimes just asked for whatever lessons she wants to focus on. So I feel like once you start producing an idol, more often you get a feel on what she likes to make you promise. But maybe I'm completely off because sometimes she asked for lessons, but for the most part she'll only ask to rest. So I want Mamimi to like me because I like Mamimi and she should also like me. And level 2. Usually during those kinds of runs, you want the idol to have a level 3 affection points, ideally, because at level 3, the main like the big appeal will have bonus effects, which is always nice to have if you can. But if you cannot, it's like I said, not the end of the world. I already won a ring with only level 1 affection girl, so it's definitely possible to win a ring without it. Since there's no one in the visual room, I'm just focused on one of those two rooms. I'm just going to focus on I guess this room. Oh, so Mamimi got a perfect, which double the results of what you usually get for when you do use this particular room. So I got more SP than usual. And since there's no one in the rooms I want, there's no one in the visual room, and there's no one in those two rooms, I might do an audition. During the second week, you only need to do one audition, and you might as well try the hardest one. So yeah, since I have SP, I'm just going to use it to unlock some skills. Yeah, since I want this skill, I'm just going to unlock those two. And when I have 50 skills, I will just unlock a new appeal for Mamimi. usually the second season um, audition is fairly easy. You kind of just can get carried through it by your support idol stats alone. Oh god, sorry. I'm very sorry. Uh, this is a mess. And I'm just trying to do the audition. So, yeah. So since we focus on only one attribute, this is the reason why we will only focus on one judge. Because that way we are nearly sure that we'll get all the points from that judge. That's why you always want your attribute to be relatively high trending. It doesn't need to be the first one, but if it's like the second most popular attribute, it's already good enough. So yeah, we're just going to appeal for the visual. And we'll continue doing it. And one thing is, and now that I can do this, which will function as an appeal that works on all the judges, which is definitely useful. One thing you might have noticed now is that before even doing your appeal, you can already see what the other participants had as a result. So usually, if you have a perfect on your appeal, you will always go first. Always. Or if you use this thing and you get a good, you will always go first. So now I see that one participant had a good, another one had a normal, and one used this little thing here. Since I want to be faster than him, than them, I'll just use this thing because I want to have the last appeal on this judge since he's fairly close to have maxed out his bar. So I'm just going to do that. Wow, mommy me. And I got all the points from this judge. You notice that, for example, this participant, even though they focused on only the dance judge, they got way less points than me because my attribute was more popular. So we're just going to finish this now. It doesn't really matter as long as you're second on any audition except win, you're going to win. And I'm second, which is good enough. Mami is very happy, and she's going to have a wonderful performance. And at the end of every audition, your stat increase, like I said. And this is already. I guess it doesn't matter here. And I have already enough fans for the second season, and I have to stop the recording very soon. So, see you very soon.